What's up, folks? My name is Melvin, and welcome. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you doing exceptionally well. So let's talk about just kind of what's been happening for me this past week. I'm trying to think right now. Um, so I think one of the videos I posted, when I was having my like 5 day weekend or whatever, was like, oh, I had a good week. I had a good week. This one was just a not as good week. It had some bad moments, and I am here to talk about it. So something I preface in all of my videos, well, not all my videos, but in some of them, that you cannot have consistently good days all the time. That's just not in your control, no matter how much money you have, no matter what you do in life. Because you have this, because you have a brain, because you have emotions and feelings, you're not going to consistently have great days. And when you have those bad days, what are you going to do to pick yourself back up? So, why do I say this? Why am I bringing it up now? Well, just the past few days, I just started noticing myself having more anxiety, more issues. Um, there was actually one particular day where I legit almost had a panic attack in a grocery store. Um, I I just kept focusing on my issues, my problems, and I was trying to find a solution out of it. And it kept just having me spiral out of control to the point where I didn't even get anything that I really needed at the grocery store and just kind of like bought random junk food. That's what ended up happening when I went. So it was just an unproductive day. I was just going in circles, but I was having a panic attack. I I was saying to myself, like, how am I gonna get out of here? I don't even know how to get out of here. My mind was just not it was not cooperating with me. I was having issues. And that's just something people go through. It's a part of life. It's something you can't control. But you can always just try to make it better. You can always try to make your situations a little easier, a little calmer, a little bit more passive, I guess you should say. Just remember that it all starts with you. That's where everything starts, no matter what happens in life. You know, um, and I can understand if you see that as a cop out answer, like, oh, I'm this much in debt. This happened to my family member. I am going through turmoil right now. And what you're telling me is that it starts up here. That's what you're telling me, right? Yeah. So what you have to understand is who you are, what you have, your family around you, your financial situation. Most of that is just, well, let's roll a billion sided die and see where you end up. Let's roll that dice and let's just see what happens. So you're again, I didn't control everything that's here. Most of it I didn't control. I am a tall guy. That I didn't control. I, as far as I'm aware, my hair is still intact. Who knows? Maybe in a couple years, I might, it might start balding. I that's just a part of life. That's genetics, things like that. Trying to think like what else. Like there's just a lot of things out of your control. Where I grew up, the fact that I speak English as well as I do, that was out of my control. That was actually all my family. I got really lucky there. I'm really really lucky. I'm really happy about that actually. Just because I like talking a lot, but just all of those things are outside of your control. Those are things you can't control. Focusing on the things you can control, focusing on what you can do to turn a bad day into a good day is how you problem solve, is how you get up out of that funk. And there's just really no way around it. But let's talk about just some of the things I was doing and how I'm gonna get better at it. So I'll guide, this is for me, and hopefully you learn from it as well. So one thing I was doing, and this is something I just have to stop. So I consistently drank energy drinks before my workouts, uh, and I did not realize what kind. Because so I bought a lot because I'm trying to work out. Caffeine's a great way to do that. And then in the middle of having all these energy drinks, I started saying to myself, I think I should switch to tea. I think I should just drink if the caffeine's what's important. I think just make a bunch of tea, put some lemon in there, and just get my caffeine fix from there. Just because I know that energy drinks aren't the best for you, even though I tried to get the one with like the most healthy ingredients. It's just something I don't want to consistently do. Also, I don't know, just like I didn't know what the effects of drinking energy drinks was gonna be for my teeth, if they were gonna, like, ruin my teeth doing that each and every morning. The carbonation, I just didn't like having so much carbon like, those carbonated beverages in the morning. It's just so hard to drink when you wake up. So I just all those things, it was like, I wanna switch away from energy drinks. And then, pretty much instantly, my withdrawals just got super, like, intense, to the point where it's like I'm trying to like pick myself up each day and it's so difficult. Even like today, I tried going to the gym early and I just couldn't. So I told myself, all right, I'll go a little bit later. So that's something I'm doing. So I'm trying to like right now I'm focusing on caffeine withdrawals, which I've done quite a few times and stuff like that. Um, and then, just I've been having too many moments where I'm just spending too much cash, and money is already an anxiety machine for me. Just even thinking about it right now, it just got my heart racing a little bit. And that was kind of what was responsible for my panic attack when I had it. Was just I was thinking too much about, wow, I just spent money on something like I probably won't get that money back, and that could have been groceries, you know? So, and I don't mean to say that like I'm struggling, that like I'm doing bad with money, but I'm independent. I am responsible for myself. And if I keep being irresponsible, then you get the picture. It's like I have to be responsible for myself. These are my decisions that I'm making. And yeah, I get it. You're young, you're still learning, but you gotta do better at it. And then finally, my job. My job is a if you are someone who struggles with anxiety, a job like mine isn't the best. I work in customer service, and the customers I deal with sometimes spend hundreds of dollars, all right? And if they want a refund or if they're asking for money back and we have to say no to them, that's not a fun experience. It's not a fun experience to be the bearer of bad news. Now, I've been kind of wearing that with pride recently because that is my job. My job, I can't break the rules, and my job's actually been getting more serious about that. Like you can't bend the rules for people. You gotta like follow our policies. Because yeah, before I've been able to give credit to people. Sometimes I credited people's accounts. Looking the other way sometimes. And again, most employees have also done that. They've kind of looked the other way. Now my job is like, like we're putting a stop to that. So you know, some customers. What was it? There was one customer that wanted a $21 credit for being misinformed about our services. And I totally understand that. Like, I get it. I get it. He's like, I want that. And I told him, I can't give that big amount of credit. So you're just like, I'll send this to my manager. I'll let him know the situation and you'll get credit. He's like, no, I want it today. I'm like, you can't get it today. It's his day off. Oh, why is he not here? We're open 7 days a week and he needs a day off. Like, I just kind of said, like, when people ask me questions like that, I'm just like, what do you want? What do you want me to say? It sounds like you want me to say something magical to like get you that $20 credit right away. And I just can't do anything about it. What do you want me to do, man? So Yeah, I was just like, yeah, he needs a day off, but I can send him the account and you can get the credit when he sees the account. He's like, no, 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 I want it today. All right, well, then you have to go to a different store that has a manager. Oh, do you know which other stores have a manager? No, I'd have to email them. Oh, why can't you call them? We can't call the other stores. We can't call, and it's true. Our like where I work, we can't call other stores. We essentially just get way too many phone calls when that happens. So we just stopped having those. So it's like, yeah, I'd have to email them. He's like, oh, hey, we'll email them. I'm like, all right, I'm just emailing them, telling them the situation. And it's like, all right, yeah, there's one at the other store. You can go there. I told them your situation. You can go there. He's like, oh, I can go there. I'm like, yeah, go over there and they'll get it sorted out. I'm like, okay. And I don't like sending problems. Even it was something really, really simple, but he wanted it now. He wanted it right now. That $20, you know? And I know, especially with inflation and the pandemic, $20 is nothing to scoff at, but causing this much, like riling up an employee doesn't help you in this situation, you know? But that's a whole other like story situation. Just talking about customer service and how um, customers are being trained right now to be as not vile, but like being as disrespectful, rude, arrogant to get their way. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole other can of beans. But yes, I have a theory that yes, customers unintentionally are being taught to like, yeah, be an asshole so that you get your credit now instead of waiting. So that's a whole other conversation. But the what I'm trying to get at is even though I'm doing so many things right, I'm still eating healthy, sort sort of. Even though I'm eating healthy, I am exercising. I am trying to get sleep. There have been some rough patches, and it's been messing with my mental health these past few days. Um, but there's you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep looking at the bright side, and you have to do whatever's in your power. You have to try your absolute best. And what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm driving to work, I just try to sing at the top of my lungs just to forget for 1 second that I have a headache. Hey, you got a headache. Hey, singing's gonna make it worse. I mean, I already have a headache. Let me sing. Let me sing a happy song. Let me do a little dance. Let me say a little joke to myself. Let me try to get myself to laugh. Why do I do that? Why does that 1 second matter? There's this book I read not too long ago. Actually, it's been over a year, so that's kind of a long time. Anyways, I read a book. It's called The Compound Effect. I highly recommend it. I think it's awesome. I'm trying to reintroduce that to my life, where if you do something small every day, even though it's small, it's going to affect your life. It's going to change that. You just have to work on it every day. You got to have that fortitude, you know? You got to have that power. You got to have it. You got to try. You got to do what you can. Life out there is tough for everyone. It really is. I in my life, I rarely meet people who don't struggle with their own insecurities, flaws, problems. It's a part of life. What's the solution? No one has a solution. Just do what you can. Try to live the lifestyle you want to live. In all honesty, I do want to live a lifestyle where even though I'm struggling with certain things, I can still get some power in me, you know? That's all I want in life. That's all I want. That's all. That's my goals. Cuz I am the kind of person that I look at my situation and I think that it's all my fault. I think that I'm the reason that I am in this situation. I don't like looking at that in that way anymore. I don't like it. I'm tired of it, and I'm trying to find ways to improve that. Thank you so much, folks, for watching. All right, you guys take care.